Greetings, time travelers. I am the Wisdom Whisperer, your guide to the secrets of the ancient treasures. In this video, we will uncover the truths that shape our world today. Get ready to be captivated by the wisdom of the ages. The question of natural disasters being judgments from God is the most often asked, and hotly debated of all questions related to Christ's second coming to earth. This has been first-hand experience for over 35 years. Here are a few answers. In a world that is so politically charged and uncertain, can we trust that an entire kingdom, yet to rise, could be revealed to us by the use of a symbol, especially that of a beast? When John depicts both the Antichrist and his kingdom with the symbol of a beast, he is showing us some futuristic series of events that some say is too much to entrust to the uncertainty of a vision, much less a symbol within a vision. This argument is instantly neutralized when we realize that many years before John's vision, the prophets had similar visions that are now fully completed, and are now a part of the historical record. For example, Daniel saw the rise and fall of 4 separate kingdoms in 2 visions that he had himself or interpreted for the ruler in his time. Daniel saw the rise and fall of the Babylonian, Medo-Persian, Greek and Roman empires. One vision was of a man and the other of various beasts. These visions are now part of the past and serve only to prove that God does use such images. They are always accurate, and it is time to get on board, if you are going to take God seriously. Another question is, are natural disasters the evidence that the end is at hand? Actually, the increase of natural disasters is not the evidence that it is the end. They are the evidence that the end is about to begin. Jesus put it this way, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows." Such events, then, are the precursors to the Great Tribulation. They are not the tribulation in all its fullness, and it is scripturally provided order. Next question is, are natural disasters, wars, nuclear incidents, and terrorism God's judgments? Answer to this is, they may be God's judgments for our ongoing sinfulness, but they are not the judgments spoken of in Revelation. The events that follow the breaking of 7 seals, the blowing of 7 trumpets and the pouring out of 7 vials of wrath, are all intervening judgments performed by God alone. Let me be brutally concise and put it another way. Man does not perform the judgment of man in that day. God glorifies himself alone. They would not think it had anything at all to do with their own way of life. They would never admit that their sins had finally come under the scrutiny of an angry God. Some of the judgments included our madness and blindness. The worn-out cliché that says that a loving God would never do such things to us needs to be re-examined in a more realistic light. God usually forewarns people through men and women who are not afraid to speak up, but he tells only a very few exactly what those judgments will be. I have not typically received notifications of major disasters, but I am still obliged to announce the judgments outlined in Scripture, especially from the book of Revelation. The only specific judgment I have so far ever been apprised of in advance is the coming economic collapse in America. One such event was the tsunami that killed 250,000 people in Indonesia and other countries in that part of the world. I don't like hearing about disasters, hardships or the demise of any people, and it brought me great sorrow to learn of this horrendous tragedy. I prayed for those families who are victims of the disaster, as I watched the reports along with the rest of the world. About a week after the tsunami struck, I heard a little news item about that region of the world that had not received much attention before or after the disaster. I found it impossible to overlook the report without giving it further examination. I heard a report that said that the sale of infants in the child pornography business in that area is the largest in the world. The reporter said, it is estimated that the income for child porn and baby sales was approximately $12 billion a year. If ever I have felt that a calamity could be a direct judgment of God, it was this one. I was reminded of a powerful and serious warning that Jesus gave. But, whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Thank you for giving your time. See you next week.